This one's from Cheeseburger with all threes and burger spelled BRGR.
Oh, special.
How are we doing, America? Is it time for a check-in? Is this where we're at? Is life really that bad when we have time to come up with cheeseburger with threes and abbreviations? All right. This one's one sentence. Cheeseburger said, I took out a $37,000 loan to bet on GameStop and lost.
Oh, man. Okay. Let's talk about this whole GameStop thing because I think it ended up becoming this trend of people thinking, oh, I can short a stock on my app from my house and become a gazillionaire, right? I mean, it kind of became this false hope because it was real, right? That day, like genuinely, people made a ton of money off of it. But that's not the norm. Like, that's not how this all works. So it's just frustrating to feel like people think, oh, there's a quick way to do this and to make a lot of money really quickly. And then they go and freaking take out $37,000.
It's one thing, now it hurt enough to spend $37,000 of my own money, but then to go into debt 37 grand, lose, and still owe it?
And still pay it back over time. Oh.
With interest? Yikes.
Not good. And actually, wasn't Reddit one of the...
It was a bunch of people on Reddit that kind of came together. So you want to read the summary? Are you interested?
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
Or here's the high level. So normally GameStop stock wasn't worth much. Obviously, it was kind of starting to go down. Not a lot of people going to a physical location to buy their games anymore. But one day, the price suddenly went up. And it's because of a bunch of Redditors who worked together to buy a lot of GameStop stock at once, making the price go up super fast. So kind of think supply and demand here. Then came the short squeeze, which is also what I call it when my wife hugs me. So basically, some rich people bet that GameStop stock would go down. They shorted the stock, meaning they borrowed shares to sell, hoping to buy them back later for cheaper, and that way they'd make money off the difference. When the price of the stock went way up instead, they had to quickly buy more of the stock to avoid losing even more money, which made the price go up even higher. Mm-hmm. That's the short squeeze. So the Reddit people, they bought GameStop stock early, made a lot of money, and the rich people who bet against GameStop lost a lot of money. So in summary, a bunch of people worked together to surprise some really rich investors and kind of screw them over. And it made the stock price of GameStop go really high, causing some to make money and others lose it. Mm-hmm. In comes in all the people who thought, I'm going to get rich off this too. Well, you're a little late, buddy.
Late to the game.
It already happened.
It already happened, but people kept jumping in, trying to make it happen
And
for
it's
them.
why I don't like investing in one company, in a single stock. It's just too volatile. Obviously, this is a crazy example, but I don't own any single stocks. I only own mutual funds and index funds, which are giant groups of stocks.
That's right.
And investors pool together to buy those shares.
Yeah, so when you think about buying a stock, you're buying a tiny, tiny, tiny piece of ownership within that publicly traded company. But instead of just focusing on that one company, hoping, gosh, that's going to do well, if you spread out and buy a bunch of little stock from a bunch of companies all in one fund, that's a mutual fund. So you're kind of spreading your money around, which again is just lowering risk. It's probably not as exciting as like day trading and the Robinhood app and like all this stuff. But honestly, you're putting your money in, your hard-earned money that you've worked for, knowing that there is a guarantee that you're going to make money. The U.S. economy over time has gone up. That is the truth. And so putting your money in something that you for sure will make money on is what's key, and you're not, gambling it is basically
and
what that is.
And never, ever, ever go into debt to invest.
That's right.
Only use money you have and invest it wisely.
Absolutely. All right, last one. George, you ready for this?
Let's do it.
Throwaway Snitch for Cash says, in 2020, I lost over $2,000 worth of crypto on OKEX. Because I had no stop loss on a margin trade. And get this, my mouse's battery died. I couldn't get out of the trade manually where I only would have lost around $500 instead. But when you're margin trading, time is of the essence. So I tried to close the trade with the keyboard, but there were so many options that I was sifting through the tab that I was losing even more money while I was trying to do that.
Oh, boy.
I raced to another room in my house where I had to get a battery, go back to my PC, switch out the battery. But by the time I got my mouse working again, my position was wiped out automatically. I was taken out.
Wow.
Because of a mouse.
I think the real lesson here is use a Mac. What are you doing? Who's got a mouse?
Macs have mouses, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But I bet they last longer than this PC.
You know
mouses.
what? Just don't use a computer. Use your phone.
Well, my guess is this guy's a gamer, or he's using it to crypto mine or something.
Oh,
He's got like
okay.
a pretty intense PC.
A whole like setup.
It's a whole, there's a whole kind
It's
of.
a whole setup. All right, man. Well, I appreciate the confession because that sucks. Let's be honest. Your battery runs out on your mouse and you end up losing all this money because of that. That's not fun.
That's a great story,
But
though.
also, just know crypto, it's risky, you guys. It's not worth it. It's a gamble. Like if you have done everything with money wisely, you're investing in retirement, you've paid off your debt, you have an emergency fund, and you got some extra money, and you're like, hey, I want to go to Vegas and play craps, or I want to buy crypto, right? If it's just throwaway money for you and you choose to do it, that's up to you. But do not use your hard-earned money thinking, oh, this is going to make me a lot. It is such a gamble. There's so many scams in the crypto
of
world.
frauds still happening.
Still happening.
Here's a stat. Hackers stole $400 million of crypto in the first 3 months of 2023.
Ouch.
And security experts celebrated that number because it's 70% less than what was stolen in the first 3 months of 2022.
Oh, no.
So it's like crime was down year over year, and it's still insane. And we're like,
Still
that's
terrible.
still
Still good.
progress.
Still good. We're going in
Yikes.
the right direction. Yeah, crypto, you guys, not worth it. Not worth it. But man, there were some lessons in there, George.
I do feel better. I wouldn't say I derived a lot of joy from any of those.
Yeah.
I mean, when people lose money, it's sad. You know?
Sure, absolutely.
I don't actually enjoy people's pain.
Yeah.
Unless it's just funny and like they recovered already. You know, the more time that's passed since, you kind of feel better laughing about it.
Sure.
But
sure.
in the middle of it, you don't want to laugh at any of that.
No, that's tough.
So,
That's
and there's
tough.
no shame here. Like Hannah Montana says, I know you know. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. It's the climb.
happens. It
It's
just
just the
happens.
climb. I don't know what to tell you.
It's a climb.
Let me share a mistake I make. I often care too much. I work too hard.
Jeez.
Sometimes I'm too nice to people. I get taken advantage of.
No, George. You're just such a
Any
good
mistakes
person.
you want to share today?
Just such a good person.
You've shared the you got scammed by a fake USPS
By
text.
USPS. And I get DMs, I'm not kidding, probably once or twice a day of people. And someone today texted me a picture of it and they said, we're calling it the Rachel. I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
Thank you.
We did have a text
The text.
thread with a few of us, and we were sending you, whenever we got a scam text,
Yeah.
we'd send it to you to be like, thanks, Rachel.
I
We're not
know.
falling for it. Thanks to you.
Just doing the Lord's work. I walk so you all can run. That's
Yeah.
what I like to say in the scamming world.
My
yeah.
wife will call. I don't answer. Scam probably. Scam likely. They can spoof names now.
I know, it's intense. Yeah, that's probably been my most recent money mistake for sure. Was a good old scam.
That's a good one.
Not good. Not
My
good.
most recent, buying vegetables from Trader Joe's that go badly too quickly.
Oh no.
A lot of money wasted. When I have to
Yeah.
throw away that food, I just feel bad.
Yeah, there was like a crazy stat about how much food Americans throw away. Not good.
I'm an aspirational shopper when it comes to healthy foods.
Oh man. Okay, so I feel like a lot of the Reddit threads, it was kind of these like extreme situations, right? Like borrowing money to help a friend with a hemp farm, to crypto,
A lot of investment mistakes.
to a perm. You know what I mean? Like it's these things that are not quote unquote normal everyday things, right? So I think that's a good learning that when something is out of the ordinary, it's probably not going to line up with common sense, right? Like there's something that's like it is so out there, and the more out there it is, probably the more likely you are to lose money.
If
So
it
keeping
seems too good to be true.
it is. So keeping common sense, you guys, at the forefront is so key.
Yeah. And it's a superpower to have common sense these days.
Yep.
And so here's some examples. Don't spend more than you make. And we laugh and go, haha, that's super simple. America wouldn't be in debt if we actually did that.
Yes. Make a plan for your money, AKA do an every dollar budget every month. Take the income that you've worked so hard for and plan it out. Know where your money's going.
And we can drop a link in the description or show notes to every dollar for you guys to check out for free.
That's right.
Here's one. Don't try to keep up your lifestyle with people who make more than you, or anyone for that matter. And this one's hard because you want to live up to the way they're living, whether it's your parents or your friends or your coworkers. And it always ends up with you being resentful and spending more than you make.
That's right. Also, don't sacrifice long-term gain for short-term problems, meaning don't take money out of your investments that are going to help you long-term to fix something in the present. Like figure out how to fix it now and let those continue to grow.
That's a good one. And here's one that I love to say. If you
Okay.
fall for the trends, you'll fall for the traps.
Oh, that's a George
So
quote.
GameStop, shorting, crypto, the hemp farm investment, just
Yeah.
don't do it.
Just be wise. Be wise,
If
you
it feels
guys.
like an amazing opportunity that everyone is doing, maybe run far away.